shopping as much, or go out to restaurants as much, or buy all the expensive shampoos and all those products that we were used to, but just kind of build up and cost us a lot more. And all of that so that we can fill up our gas tank more often, or at the end of the week we can actually afford it. But these are all personal decisions that we make and things you can do, but we choose not to for the welfare of our bank account. But how would you feel if someone cut something out and you had no choice? Schools are doing that with their physical education programs to high school kids on down. That's the first thing they cut when finances get tight. I understand that music and art are important, and to some people they're much more important than sports and physical exercise. But I don't think people understand the vital importance of physical education in people's lives. The International Platform on Sport and Development says that the positive direct effects of engaging in regular physical activity are particularly apparent in the prevention of severe chronic diseases, including cardiovascular disease, diabetes, cancer, hypertension, obesity, depression, and osteoporosis. Studies have and constantly are proving that exercise improves your health. So why are we allowing schools to cut it out? The Food Research and Action Center said in an article that 1/3 of school-aged children, including adolescents, are overweight or obese in the U.S. For some kids, the only place that they have the opportunity or the place that they will do physical exercise is at school, because they'll either go home and play their video games or sit on the computer or read a book, not quite as often. But now we're taking that away, and the exercise rate, I believe, is going to go down. America already has a problem with obesity, and now we're increasing that by taking physical education out of schools. It's not, health benefits are not the only benefit from exercise. I believe sports, I'll use sports for example, is important for healthy living, but it also teaches teamwork and responsibility. You can't play football with one person. You have to work together to get a touchdown, unless you're really fast. And your team is your family and your support group. When you fail, they fail, but each team member works with each other to create a better team and to get that goal. And that's also a reflection of community. If we teach teamwork in schools, that'll teach them responsibility for the community and working together with people in the community to better it. And you also can't be a good player on a team or in a community if you don't put effort into it. You are responsible for showing up to practices and listening to your coach's advice. And if you don't, it doesn't only hurt you. So what can we do about how schools are dealing with taking physical education out? We have to tell the schools that physical education is important, that they're not just an extracurricular activity that can be booted out if they deem it necessary. Everyone wants to have a healthy kid, and I think I can safely say that nobody wants to have a kid that hasn't learned to take personal responsibility of his or her body and have a sense of teamwork and community. If our tax dollars are being put into these schools, then shouldn't we have a say in what we do and don't cut out? A CDC survey now shows that more than half, 65% of the U.S. population is overweight or obese. The only way that the obesity problem in America is going to get any better is if we take control of it now, starting with our schools. If we express and are willing to fight for continuing physical education programs, then I believe that America's children can make a good fight against overweight and obesity problems and health issues that come along with that. So think of how hard it is for you sometimes to get up off the couch and drive to the gym. You don't have the motivation, you're too tired, you don't want to spend the gas and drive there, or you'd just rather sit on the computer. Think of how much easier it would be if you had a gym right next door, you had time cut out in your schedule for you to go, and someone is expecting you to show up. Don't you think you would go more often? it's more likely for you to go if you had something like that. Imagine how more likely it is for kids to go. They have those physical education programs, sports, set right in their school. They have time to do it, and they don't have the jobs that interfere with them unless you're in high school and you might have a job. So in high school, they have that option that we don't have because we have jobs and we have college and we have other responsibilities. But now schools is taking that opportunity away from children as well. So I'm not saying that we should write up a bill and try to pass it, saying that schools have to keep physical education in. That's a little bit extreme. All that's needed is for people, everyone here included, is to go to your local school boards and tell them that they need exercise in their programs. Or go to your town board meeting and present your concern to the people and get them involved in fighting this thing that the school is doing and